Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Two and a throw right away. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Tua. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
They get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Pick up there at 22.
He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that of space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Here's Hill on the return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Looking to pass. Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They've definitely got to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here comes Rager. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards the gain for the Wolverine team. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. To throw, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They run the counter with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll Last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. The Vikings are going to take possession of the football. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that in getting that interception.
Yeah, I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about it. The ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board. It's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's going to let it go again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. Yeah, they will bottle him up behind the line, and now they're going to use a timeout. Loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And this returnable for Rager. So, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So, no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. I will look at the play sheet and see if something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. the play fake. Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Smith catches left side. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Thought that might be the goose egg breaker. Still stuck on 0.
Yeah, this is still a tight game, too. We got to keep that in mind because that miss there, you hang your head, you let it affect you the next time you go out there, then you really hurt your ball club. Get yourself together. You might get another opportunity, and they're going to count on you to put it through the post.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Mostert. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Tua. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. That would be 4th and short.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup to about the 25.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. As we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On play action, Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The kick by Joseph is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Miami set to take over. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
That is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Tua going to throw. Completes it to the tight end Smythe. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now Tua. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll roll it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw again on second down. Tua. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
On second down, it's Cook again. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So Tua and the Dolphins down 3-0. A minute 38 to go. And they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Connecting with Hill, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Tua. And coughed it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
That simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week. Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed, exactly right.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this minute.